Hey there, this is Stu. I am coming from the Frugal Stew blog and kind of podcast, but I'm making a new blog and podcast. It's called GetBitcoinFi.com, and this is the BitcoinFi podcast. So, what's the FI stand for? It stands for Financial Independence. So, I'm not sure if you've heard about the FIRE movement. It's kind of a small personal finance movement across America and even beyond America. But the FIRE stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. And I don't really plan to retire early or anything. I plan to work and I plan to do meaningful things for most of my life. But I do really care about the financial independence part of this and being able to say no when a job becomes toxic or the culture of the company changes or you're forced to work weekends or do something you don't want to do. So that's really what I'm coming from, is just becoming financially independent. And there's a lot of ways you can do that: through real estate, through stocks, through businesses, and through crypto possibly. So this is supposed to be kind of a exploration of a financial independence approach to crypto, but it's bigger than that. It's just a reasonable approach to Bitcoin, to cryptocurrencies, and to this new space. There's been a lot of headlines about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and other things, and it's kind of confusing. It's a lot to get into. There's definitely a lot of stuff you can explore and a lot of innovation and change taking place with blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So anyway, my goal is to share information. It's not financial advice, it's just for entertainment purposes only. But if you are going to get into crypto, I want you to understand the risks, how to secure your coins, how to make money, maybe where there's some opportunities to make money. Again, this is not financial advice, and there are huge risks up and down with crypto. I'm sure anyone that's seen a headline has seen how volatile it can be, and it is a roller coaster ride. Some people can't even handle it with stocks, which don't move nearly as much and as big as crypto does. But if you can stomach it, I think it can be pretty profitable, and that there's a lot of opportunity in this space. So those are some of my goals. A little bit about me. I dabbled in crypto in 2017. I kind of FOMO'd in. I had a fear of missing out in the big run up when Bitcoin ran from like 3,000 to 20,000 in the fall and winter of 2017. And so basically, a quick overview: my family, I'm coming from like Warren Buffett, and he's, you know, said some pretty negative things, and Charlie Munger at Berkshire Hathaway has also said negative things, calling Bitcoin rat poison. And anyway, I'm coming from that side of things. And so when I first heard some of my family members getting into crypto in August 2017, I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I don't need this in my life. But then in December, things were going up. Everything was going up just astronomically. So I ended up convincing my wife to let us put $2,000 into crypto. And it was mostly Ethereum and Litecoin, but I did get into this other exchange that let me trade into a whole bunch of what's called altcoins, or alternative coins, basically not Bitcoin and also not Ethereum. Those are the big, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two big market leaders. And so anything else besides those is called an altcoin. Even Ethereum is sometimes called an altcoin, but it's just an alternative to the original. So I got into like 16 of these different cryptocurrencies just with small bits here and there. And some of the coins are so cheap, they're less than a penny, and I would buy like 1,000 of them. And some of them were, like hundreds of dollars, like kind of like Bitcoin, and you could only buy a tiny sliver of one. But anyway, I kind of got spread out into all these coins, and I realized I kind of messed up my taxes for the year. It's a story for another day, but essentially, within 3 weeks of jumping in 2017, I had taken my 2,000 up to 8,000, and then the air kind of came out of it. The bubble kind of popped. The excitement went away. The hype went away, and it kind of faded back into obscurity. So going into 2018, I quit messing around. I just left my $8,000 there. I never pulled out the money, and I watched it trickle down to where it was eventually only $500. My wife was pretty upset that I didn't pull out, money when we doubled it, and we could have played with house money, but eventually it was just so little money. It was $500. I just left it. And then it started coming back in early 2021. Everything started going back up again, and it's in the headlines again. And I checked my accounts, and that original 2,000 that went down to 500. Well, now it's pushing 8, 10, 15,000 before too long. And I was like, you know what? Maybe there's something to this. And that's kind of what's gotten me to this point. I've bought a course from You Into Crypto. I've been following some more people in the space. I've been learning a lot more about the technology, blockchain, and how it can help with things, and how it's kind of part of a bigger overall theme that's happening in our world called decentralization. And the philosophy of that, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can get into with Bitcoin. It's more than just money. There's so many use cases for blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Some of them more viable than others. And there's going to be a lot of things that go up in smoke, but there's a good amount of projects that are going to add some serious value and probably disrupt some big companies. So I do think we're getting to the point with crypto where it's more risky to have no crypto than it is to have 1 to 10% of your portfolio. It depends on your risk tolerance. It depends on your age. It depends on your goals. I'm not all into crypto, but I do think that there is a space for it in your portfolio. It's not really correlated with stocks and real estate and bonds. It's pretty different from all of those. Sometimes it moves in conjunction with those, sometimes not at all. And so it can be a good way to diversify. Anyone coming from the FIRE movement or kind of more into investing, they probably understand the value of diversifying. It protects you from what you don't know. And having these uncorrelated assets can actually make your finances smoother and more secure and less of a bumpy ride. So than if you were just in stocks or real estate. So anyway, that's my goal, is to kind of share some tips and tricks and show you where you can maybe make money off cryptocurrencies and also participate in solving some of the problems that the world faces today. Just so you know, I am in my early 30s. I'm an IT professional. I have long invested in index funds, private real estate investment trusts, crowdfunded real estate. I've had many side hustles, and I have a whole bunch of hobbies, but personal finance, taxes, crypto, investing, that's a big one for me. So I do have a blog, Get BitcoinFI, and a Facebook group. If you want to join that and learn with some of the people in that group, feel free to give this podcast a follow. I want to keep it pretty short, probably 5 to 10 minutes an episode. Something actionable, something that you can take and know something new, learn something new, and maybe act on. Although this is not financial advice, it is just a fun and exciting space with a lot of stuff going on, and I hope to give you a good introduction to it. And with that, feel free to email me or get in contact with me through my blog, and let me know what questions you have, how I can best help you, and get you the information that you're looking for. At the very least, maybe I can point you to some good resources. All right, hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back soon.